Hey there, one and all, this is NDM here, welcoming back to another episode of Let's Play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team. Okay, so in the last episode we became fugitives, and we have started off our first dungeon as being a fugitive. Well, we haven't technically started it, we've made it to the dungeon, but in this episode we are actually going to start it. And I have talked about this dungeon before in previous episodes. This is indeed the Lapis Cave. And it is an easy dungeon. There aren't really that many strong Pokemon in here, especially on the first few floors, but when you get deeper into it, that's where the stronger Pokemon will appear. And the floors of this dungeon aren't really that long, so you don't really need to go through so many rooms to complete it. It's pretty much, I would say it's tiny wood-sized mixed with Thunderwave Cave, kinda like that kind of length. It's not really a long dungeon in floors. Well, it is a long dungeon in numbers of floors, but not, you know, as expansive in rooms. So we're going to go down to the second floor, and there are 16 floors to go through this dungeon on your first time visiting. I don't know how many there are on your second time, because I think this is the only dungeon in the game where they reduce the amount of floors that you visit after you've finished the dungeon for the first time. So say after we beat this dungeon and then we revisit it again to do some missions or something, the floors will be reduced to a lower number and not a higher number. So the first time going through this is 16 floors. I do recall remembering that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And then I'll make myself look stupid. Alright, so I am actually going to try and explore as many of these rooms as possible to see if there are any good pickups to collect along the way through here, because I'm telling you, we will be needing TMs and stuff for the next boss, because I am kind of actually worried about the next boss. Its type is fire type, and considering Bulbasaur is going to be weak against it, and Pikachu isn't a very strong Pokemon at the moment anyway, Pikachu starts getting stronger in like the level 30s and stuff, whereas we're only like level 20. Well, we are level 20. We are not like level 20, we are level 20. We are level 20. We are the born identity. No, I'm joking. So yeah, Pikachu level 20, Bulbasaur level 20. I don't know what level the boss is, but I know he's pretty tough. And it is a legendary Pokemon after all. All bosses in this game are legendary Pokemon, apart from Skarmory and a few other minor bosses that you come across in the game. But the majority of the bosses in Mystery Dungeon games are legendary Pokemon, so go figure. Well, I mean, it's kind of obvious why legendary Pokemon are bosses, because they are, you know, the penultimate Pokemon of all. You know, you don't mess with the legendaries, because the legendaries will eat you for breakfast. They'll eat you for breakfast and then chew you and spit you right back out. The only bad thing about this dungeon is that the EXP in here is kind of bleh, kind of spleesh, spleesh. The thing that the sailor did in Wind Waker when he did that minigame. Spleesh! Spleesh! I always found that so funny, I don't know why. It's just spleesh. It's just the most stupidest thing. And the way how he says it too. Spleesh. God, are you going to get me saying that throughout the whole video? No, I'm joking, I won't say it throughout the whole video, otherwise that get kind of annoying and redundant. 84 EXP, come on dude, we need to get into the hundreds. I think there's only one Pokemon in this dungeon actually that gives you 100 EXP, the rest give you like below 100, around about in the 90s or the 80s. And the Nincardas or Ninchadas or Nincardas, whatever you call them. Nin cicadas. Yeah, they give you 90, 80, 70. They don't give you, well, the only Pokemon that gives you 60 is Nincada. 69 EXP. 69. Get giggity. Yeah, I don't think you can't recruit any Pokemon on these missions. When you're a fugitive, you can't recruit any Pokemon from any of the dungeons. But once you beat the game, the main story that is, you can come back to these dungeons and you can recruit Pokemon. I'm not even sure if you have to beat the game before you can start recruiting Pokemon. I think you just have to pass through the fugitive part of the mission or part of the game. And that's where you can start recruiting Pokemon from these dungeons, because when you're going through it for the first time, you can't. I know it's weird, but it's because you're far away from home and you're not going to your rescue team base for a long time, so you have nowhere to send the Pokemon to, so it kind of makes sense that you can't recruit Pokemon during the fugitive part of the game. And I think even when you visit Sky Tower for the first time, which is the final dungeon in the main story, you can't recruit Pokemon in there either. So Bulbasaur, you're gonna have to take this one because I'm gonna die here. Yeah, I better go to the next floor because that Pokemon used Leer on me, and Leer stays with you for as long as you are on that floor. So if you're on that floor for a long time and you've been attacked by Leer so many times, your defense will never increase as you wander around like your health does. Your defense will stay the way it is. If it's been decreased, it's been decreased. If it hasn't been decreased, it hasn't been decreased. Simple as that. But the best thing to do if you're going in dungeons that have Pokemon that use Leer is to bring a defense scarf, because the defense scarf boosts your defense. So if a Pokemon uses Leer, they have to use it twice as much to get you to a low level of defense, especially if you're a high Pokemon and that Pokemon is a low Pokemon, a fairly low leveled Pokemon. Oh, Tangela. I don't know if these give you 100 actually. They might do. I forgot Tangela was even in this dungeon, to be honest. Yeah, Tangela's like one of those Pokemon I always forget about. He's like Luigi from Mario. Everyone forgets about Luigi, but Mario takes the limelight. To be honest, well, actually no, Bagon's actually quite an iconic Pokemon because he evolves into a Salamence. And a Salamence is a kick-ass Pokemon, let me tell you. Probably one of my favourite looking ones in the whole series. I do like Dragon-type Pokemon, but Dragon-type Pokemon are really annoying to fight. I like using them, but they're just annoying to fight. That's all I'm going to say about Dragon-type Pokemon, especially in Pokemon Crystal, the infamous Lance fight, where he has 2 Dragonites that are like level 80 or something. I'll tell you, that took me ages to beat Lance in Pokemon Crystal. Probably one of the hardest Elite Four bosses I have ever had to fight in any Pokemon game. That game's actually hard altogether. I'd say that's one of the hardest Pokemon games that there is, Pokemon Crystal. It's much harder than Pokemon Emerald, which I would say is probably the second hardest game, and then third hardest would be Pokemon, the original Pokemon, and then it would be Pokemon Platinum and Diamond. I've never beaten Pokemon Platinum and Diamond though. That's the funny thing. I've never beat any of those. I've already told you my story about Pokemon Diamond where someone took it from me and I never got it back. Or it's either that someone took it from me or I lost it. But I'm pretty sure someone took it from me because the last time I had it was at a friend's house. And I never got it back. And I had quite a lot of good Pokemon on there too, from what I remember. I didn't have any legendaries though because I never caught Dialga. I'm not sure if you even have to beat the Elite Four to get Dialga or whether you get him during the story mode, but like main legendary Pokemons you always get during the story. It's like side legendaries you get in the after game. I'm pretty sure Giratina you get in the after game as well. I don't think Giratina in Pokemon Platinum you get during the storyline, because considering Pokemon Platinum is the same story as Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, and in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl you don't go to the area where you find Giratina, because where you find Palkia and Dialga is on Spear Pillar, I think. The furthest I got in Pokemon Platinum and Diamond was, I think it was the Snow Gym. That's how far I got. So I was like close to beating it, because I think the Snow Gym is the 7th gym, and then after that it's Psychic. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember the order of how the gyms go in that game. I'm not overly familiar with Pokemon Platinum and Diamond. The Pokemon game that I'm most familiar with is the original, definitely. And then my second most familiar Pokemon game would be Pokemon Emerald. Yeah, believe it or not, Pokemon Emerald is my second most familiar Pokemon game. And then after that it would be Crystal. Pokemon, is it me, or because I've talked to a lot of my friends about this. Is it me or my friends that we all think that Pokemon X and Y is just so damn easy? It is. It's not even funny. It's probably the easiest Pokemon game we've ever had, including Pokemon Omega Ruby and Sapphire. The only reason why it's so damn easy is because the EXP share goes to your whole party, and you get it like right at the start of the game. You get EXP pretty much. You get EXP share pretty much at the start of the game. You don't even have to use other Pokemon in your party, because the EXP share does everything for you. You don't even need to put out your second Pokemon party members. You don't even need to use any of those. You could basically beat the whole game by just using your starter, and that's it. And obviously, if your starter dies, you will have to transfer to your other Pokemon. But if it is doable. You can beat the game without having your starter die. It is doable, and it just makes the game so easy because you don't even have to bring out your other Pokemon to level them up in battle, because the EXP share does everything for you. Whereas in the original Pokemon games, like up until the 6th generation, I think it was, where you had to actually give the EXP share to one of your party members, and the EXP share would go to that one Pokemon, whereas now it goes to all of them. It just goes to every single one in your party. I think they kind of started getting that idea from when they did Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gates of Infinity, because in Gates of Infinity you can level up all your Pokemon in the friend areas that you have, all the Pokemon that you recruited, and they don't even have to be on your team, they can still level up. I think that's where they kind of got the idea to do that. So obviously that's what they did in Pokemon X and Y. And so I've been told that there is a new Pokemon game coming out soon. I don't know if it's been it probably hasn't been announced yet, but there are rumors going around that there is going to be a new Pokemon game for 3DS. And I'm running ridiculously low on health here, and I don't know how much more EXP we need to gain our next level. 1,576, so I imagine Tyler doesn't need that much to gain. No, 746. Well, we should be able to gain our next level on our way through the next dungeon, I reckon. Because I really don't want to hang around here too much longer. Wait, do I have any more Oran berries beside? Oh yeah, I actually have quite a lot of Oran berries. I have 3, I think. Well, I saw 3 in my inventory anyway. And there's another bag on there that gives 150. So I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna get out of here now because he just used Leer on my ass. And what's that? Attract. Nah, that's pointless. No point in having that. You know what I did? I did the most stupidest thing on my Pokemon Blue file on the Game Boy. One of my Pokemon in my party is Pikachu, right? And you know you have to use Flash to get through Rock Tunnel. Well, guess what I did? Stupidly did. I replaced Flash for Thundershock. I replaced Flash for Thundershock. Now that is probably the most stupidest thing I've ever done in Pokemon. Replace Flash for Thundershock. Because Thundershock is probably Pikachu's best attack before he learns Spark. Which I think is Pikachu's next electric attack that he'll learn. Okay, Bulbasaur, I need to make sure you don't die either. Right, I'm going to paralyze you. If all goes pear-shaped, just paralyze them. If everything doesn't go to plan, just use Thunder Wave. And if that happens, also use Thunder Wave. Well, no, have Bulbasaur use Bullet Seed, I guess. Right, so how much more do we need now? 218. Well, I'm going to get Bulbasaur to level 21 at least. Screw it. Should be able to do this. Ah, why did that have to miss? And why did I have to flinch? And why did I have to get confused? I really love Bulbasaur's Bullet Seed. That's one of his best attacks. It's multiple attack, and it does a lot of damage each turn. 40 damage is really good. Okay, you can take care of this one, Bulbasaur. I'll back you up. He used Leer, I think, or Screech, which also decreases your defense. So now he's level 21. 21. Oh wait, no, was it 15 floors? Yeah, we was on floor 14 there, I think. Phew, finally we made it through that cave. Where's the Pokemon mob that's after us? It probably got lost somewhere. Hey, look, there they are, over there. Catch Lewis. Whoa, they are coming, hurry. Stop right there, don't let them get away. They expect us to stop and wait for them. Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. Gasp, gasp. Oh no, look. Oh, it's a molten volcano. Dodongo's Cavern. Oh, I can't wait to bomb some Dodongos. It's a mountain of fire. Look at all that lava pouring from the crater. Can we even make it through there? But they're catching up to us. What we will do, Lewis. Look, there they are. Get them. There's no choice now. Let's go, Lewis. Retreat. Look at them go. They are running for Mount Blaze. Are they insane? Are they insane in the membrane? Mount Blaze is doomed desolation. No one's ever come this far before. I don't want to go anywhere like that. It can't be helped. Only those brave enough will give chase. Alright, so we'll save. And I guess we will end off the episode here, because the next dungeon is a very big dungeon. It's gargantuan. It's huge. Darn it. Where'd they go? They had to go this way. Keep your eyes open. Roar! Trump, 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 trump. What just happened? I think they're gone. Here we go, guys. This is Mount Blaze, and this is where I will be fighting our next boss as well. The dungeon where our next boss lurks. Phew, I think we managed to evade them, but there isn't any point hiding here. We have to get over this mountain to get away. Let's go as soon as we are ready, Lewis. Right, I'm going to save it here. And, yeah, you can also check your storage, which is a good thing. I'm probably going to get some Reviver Seeds out of the storage. That's a very good mechanism device that you can... So you can take stuff out of your inventory, or that you've stored in here. We got plenty of Reviver Seeds to take out. And we got plenty of stuff to store. Like the link box, I'll store that. And everything else is pretty much essential. So I'm going to end off the episode here and continue on next episode. So in the next episode of Let's Play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team, we shall take on Mount Blaze. So until then, this is NDM saying thanks for watching, take care, everybody, see you in the next video, and goodbye.